Hi everyone, welcome back to our next video. Brian and I got together and he has been doing a project where he's been gathering advice from old timers for newcomers, and we did a video just like this a little while ago, but we've been so fortunate. We've gotten so much great advice. We thought we needed to do a second video. So tell us about that.
Yeah, so once again, it's I went around during the RTR and a lot of my tours, and I just asked the question, what advice do you have for people that are just hitting the road today, that are maybe new to the road? What is your suggestion or advice for them? And I got amazing answers and suggestions. And so once again, yeah, we wanted to make another video about this, just advice for you guys. If you're new to the road, it's gonna be very valuable to let you know, like, oh, these are things I need to consider.
Right. So let's see what people have to say.
Very good.
What fears do you think are out there? What fears did you have, and were they valid?
My biggest fear was as soon as I closed the curtains that Jason and Chucky were going to be outside my van trying to get in, and the danger of being out in the middle of nothing alone, and completely unfounded. Probably much safer than being in your house in the city.
Have any advice for someone who's new on the road or a newbie?
I do. The best thing to do is probably to start out small, in a car or a van or something like that. You may not want to jump into a full-size vehicle because it's overwhelming sometimes. It's a big metal box and it's very expensive to operate and maintain. And the biggest thing I had was you need to get out of your comfort zone. I found out I was in the same town, Arkansas, for 37 years, and I had to get out. It was hard to break away, but once I got out of my comfort zone, I found a new comfort zone. It's out here in the open, in the wilderness, in the nature, and I'm ready to stay out here.
I guess I was afraid of what I didn't know. It was all new to me, and I'm not a great handyman, so I think I was afraid of things breaking and all this stuff. But people are so helpful. Don't read everything. Everybody's fear mongering, but don't fall into that trap because they'll scare you. I went down to Baja thanks to Brian's great video and explanation, and the big thing is, if you listen and you follow everybody's fears, you won't do anything. You'll sit at home, petrified. Don't fall into that trap. Just go out. It's not that bad. It's never as bad as how the news or, how some people have you worried.
Do you have any good advice for newbies about to hit the road?
Make sure you know what you need in your rig. Whatever it is that you have at your house, if it's one of those need things, make sure you put it in your rig, because you will come to find out that if you don't have those things, it does make this much more difficult.
What were some of those things for you?
For me, I needed it all. I'm terrible like that. So I needed the shower, the toilet, the sink. I needed to feel like I was in a home, and that's kind of what I wanted to build.
So you built it around it.
Exactly.
Before hitting the road, was there any fears that you had or that you've heard of, and were they valid?
I heard of a lot of fears, but I kind of apply the stories I hear to other people's experience and try not to internalize that. My own fears were mechanical breakdowns. I drive an older van, and I was afraid of being stuck somewhere and being able to find parts for the older van. And I've had those problems, but it always worked out. And to alleviate that, AAA got me off the side of the freeway to a auto parts store and was able to find parts and get help to get it fixed or fix it myself. So yeah.
So do you have any good advice for, people that are new on the road or about to hit the road?
I would say research. There's so much available on the web. It's unbelievable. Years ago, we had to go to the library and look at books, but everything you want to know. And there's so many YouTube channels out there, especially Bob's, especially with Brian, and you can find out anything. And that's how I found out about what I have to do, and that's, I would say, just research. Research areas and research what your needs are going to be to live.
What were you afraid of when thinking about nomadic living?
I think the issue of whether or not you'd be welcome in certain communities, how they would take to people who are in dispersed camping, and keeping a low profile is always the best of ideas. And if you're camping for the night, you look like you're moving on, you're not leaving a mess, people are very good about welcoming you in the community. And universally, humans are nice to each other. We always hear about the worst things on the news, but that does not seem to be the truth out in the world. So don't be afraid. Most things will not be as bad as you expect them to be just keep that in mind, whatever your expectations are.
Start today. Don't wait for tomorrow. That's the best advice I can give you.
So do it now, don't wait.
Yeah, don't wait.
Do you have any good advice for people who are just starting out on the road or newbies on the road?
All I can really say is, jump in feet first and enjoy the ride. Like, live it and do it. And enjoy every minute of it while you're doing it.
What's the best advice you have for newbies starting out?
Minimalize. Keep everything that you own to a minimum. Don't try to overpack. That's your first instinct. Carry everything you got, but you don't need it. If you don't need it, you don't need a dinner place setting for 6 people. You only need 1 or 2. That's all you need, just bare minimum. You'll be much happier, less clutter. And if you do this, enjoy your life, because I have.
Do you have any good advice for newbies about to hit the road in the coming months?
This lifestyle is not for everybody. And I think people who have this traveling bug and they see a lot of YouTube and they talk to people who are doing it and there's like, oh, I would like to do this. This is my dream. And they start and they don't like it. It's a lot of isolation. You do have, obviously a connection with your family in this day and age, it's easy, but there's a lot of alone time. There's a lot of ways to get used to living more or less a very primitive life, and not too many people are willing to do that or able to do that because they're used to this, regular comforts of life. Little trips, that's probably the best thing, maybe a week at a time. Maybe start with a weekend and see how you like it. How do you like using a little portable pot, to go to the bathroom and doing dishes in a little tiny sink where you don't have hot water, have to boil the water. Cooking, it's very, very hard to do in a small space. But if sometimes, how we are, get used to something, or this is what we want to do, it is what it is. This is my lifestyle, and this is what I have to do for that, and I'm totally okay with that. And if you have that mindset, that wouldn't be a problem. But isolation is the main thing, I think, to a lot of people. I love myself. I love my company. I have a lot of, extracurricular activities that I do, and when I feel that I'm kind of missing some of the human interaction, I go to a bar, sit at the bar, get myself chicken wings and a beer, and talk to everybody, and a couple hours of that, and I'm good.
So Dustin, what is the best advice you have for newbies starting out?
Probably just start simple. That way, if you need to change something, you're able to.
Have any good advice for people that maybe haven't hit the road yet or people that are new to the road?
Sure. Just don't go my way. I was the beginning. I was watching too many videos and was thinking I can do this, I can do that, and I bought too many things. I had the wood stove here. I had the Honda generator. I had a composting toilet. I had the winch. All these things I didn't use, so I have to sell it later. So if you're planning to do van life, just start with very basic, and then when you go buy things you think you're gonna use. That's my advice.
So start simple and build from there.
Exactly.
What's the best advice you have for newbies?
Fear's a liar. It's not rainbows and always rainbows and unicorns and sprinkles and stuff, but it's a very challenging lifestyle, but it's one of the most rewarding.
What were you afraid of when you first started out? And was it valid?
Failure. I got rid of everything and I live in my truck. That's all I got, and I am afraid to go back. I don't want to go back. I don't want to be forced to go back, and I'm afraid of that. But so far, I'm rocking it.
So that was a really great video, wasn't it, folks? To hear all these great ideas from older people who've been on the road for a while. Brian, that was just so good. I really appreciate your taking the time to do that.
Oh, absolutely. And I appreciate all the people that gave me advice out there. Again, I kind of put them on the spot asking these questions just while I was walking around and during the tours, but they had some phenomenal advice out there.
Great
and so I thought it was just amazing and fun to do.
Yeah.
So folks out there, what was your favorite piece of advice, or what advice do you have for new people out there? The other question I want to ask you guys are, if I do something like this again, what question do you want me to ask people so we can get our collective knowledge to help answer some of these questions? Please let us know in the comments below. If you got anything out of today's video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share it with friends, and until next time, see you down the road. So long.
Bye now.